Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and today we're reviewing Green Goblin's new uniform, Red Goblin. And this dude was already insane at tier 2 for ABX, so that is where we're starting, because at tier 3, he pops off on a whole new level. Now, it's a 2 delayed cancel, 5 delayed cancel, 3 delayed cancel, 4. It's a pretty complex rotation, and it doesn't really leave a lot of room for a proc obelisk or like a proc CTP, like an energy. So I will say that that is something to keep in mind. But as far as his animations go, they're gorgeous. As far as his production goes, it's insane. He's really, really good. And yeah, basically exactly what we had all been saying. All he needed was a tier 3. Turns out we were 100% right about that. So here he is, clapping cheeks to the tune of, 5 million in the first phase. And yeah, absolutely crazy. Very, very strong rework for him here. I'm gonna go ahead. We're a little bit delayed here, but yeah, the major change from this uniform is that he now doesn't do as much damage on his 4th skill because he lost his proc on his 4th skill. But now instead of that, he does a ton of damage on his tier 3. It's hard to really tell how much damage he's doing on the tier 3 when you have ABX, because it's just numbers on the screen. But you'll see when we go into some comparisons for World Boss Legend that's basically the big difference. And don't get me wrong, he's still very good with his old uniform, with his No Way Home uniform. And we will do a comparison later. We're not going to do a comparison right now on this video, although I know a lot of people want to see it because there's just not enough time to feature the changes from this uniform and also feature a comparison to the old uniform. But we will do that in a follow-up video. But yeah, I would say this uniform is probably anywhere from, on the low end, if your gameplay is not up to thing or whatever, your build is not up to par, it's probably like a 10% increase over No Way Home. And then if you have like a really good build and you can really master the way that he plays now, you could probably squeeze out maybe 25% more damage, maybe even 30%. So it can be a pretty substantial upgrade for him. So I want to... What the hell, dude? I just cannot with this phone sometimes. Absolutely haunting me with battery issues. I was at 35% before I started this video. So yeah, not the thing you want to see mid ABX run, that's for sure. Although it didn't cost me much in terms of my score. But yeah, look at this, easily cruising to 10 million, and this is all with his best World Boss Legend setup. So this is not an ABX focused setup, and we got almost 10.5 million. This is very, very good. This is at least 1 million higher than I was able to get with the No Way Home uniform. I think the No Way Home uniform I was at like 9.5, 9.6. So getting anywhere from like 800,000 to 1 million points more by just upgrading the uniform is a massive achievement. And don't take it from me. Ask ABX players what they think, but I'm pretty sure they're going to give you essentially the same reaction, that this uniform is essentially a must-buy if you were using No Way Home for ABX and you want the highest possible score. Now, if you're not worried about the highest possible score, again, we'll get into a comparison of these later. But yeah, very, very strong uniform. The main difference with this uniform is that you lose that 100% proc on the 4th skill. So you no longer have that ability at all. And of course, all his damage is changed to fire. And so to compensate for that, they've made his tier 3 skill a lot stronger. So that's the thing you'll notice from the other uniform, is that the tier 3 skill doesn't hit very hard. Well, certainly not with this one, but not with this one either. But then he makes up for it with better, rotation damage. But yeah, that was all done with a regular CTP of Judgment. Really, really good stuff. Being able to score, even for my account with my cards, being able to score over 10 million in ABX with any character using this CTP is a massive achievement. To put that into context, right? Mephisto with a mighty CTP of, he doesn't have one anymore, but he had a mighty CTP of Judgment, was barely scratching 9.5, right? Different team up, of course, right? It was Blast Villain versus Speed Villain, but still, like, Judgment just doesn't usually go that high unless your name is Green Goblin or Namor. Like, there's just certain characters that clap massive cheeks, and he's one of them. That's just straight up how it is. So yeah, that's the build there. We just have 4 Odin's Blessings, nothing too crazy. And then we have the 3-star artifact, which has been out for about a year now. So chances are you've gotten one for free just by randomly opening chests. And yeah, increased basic attack. The decreased basic damage received from boss types, that yellow text there, you probably don't want that, but you can only re-roll his artifact if you have a 4-star or higher version. If you have multiple 3-star versions, look for one that gives you like increased instinct crit rate or increased instinct crit damage, because that's going to increase his damage, and basically that's all Green Goblin needs. Damage, 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 damage. And that's pretty nice. Because you don't have to focus on anything else. Just focus on the damage. As far as the damage, check it out. So the practice, we'll first talk about the practice rotation, which is actually, honestly, all you need. Really, their practice rotation is what I was doing. It's 2, 5, 3, 4. The timing is, they can be a little finicky with the timing, but as you can see here, 112 hits. Easy peasy. So you do 2 and you wait for him to dash, right? The key thing here, I wish you could slow this down. But you wait for him to dash on 2, then 5, then 3. You have to wait a little bit longer on 3 than I like to wait. Frankly, I don't see... You can see about 110 hits. I don't see the value of waiting as long as they recommend to wait. But 2, 5, 3, 4. If you wait that long, you're going to have about 3 seconds left on your Judgment proc. And what's going to happen is over time... your proc is going to drift, because he's very proc friendly with a Judgment. With a Rage, maybe not, but with a Judgment, very proc friendly. So I find that you may have to reset in ABX specifically, right, in game modes where you're just constantly doing your rotation, never getting interrupted. If you wait that long on the 3, your proc is going to drift. And then what's going to happen is, you know, you start off with 3 seconds left when you're doing the 4th skill, and then you know, maybe 30 seconds later, you'll have 2 seconds left. And then eventually you'll get to the point where you're pressing the 4th skill and it's triggering your next rotation, your next Judgment, and that screws it up. So personally, I know it's not what they suggest, but I would suggest, you do lose about 10 hits, right? But I would suggest dash, 5, 3, 4. Just a small pause on 5 and 3. You could call it about a half-second pause, almost the same pause that you... Okay, for some reason he has like long cooldowns in skill preview, so I can't actually go into the rotation the right way. Anyways, dash, 5, 3, 4, and then whenever the tier 3 is up, you pop it after 5, after 2, 5, 3, 4, and you just let that play out pretty much all the way, or you let it play out until you can cast 2 and 5 again. Usually you wait till there's about 2 seconds left on your 4th skill, and you'll be able to see it when I move my camera back and we go into some other content, like right now. Standard test I do for all villains with a regular CTP. We take them into stage 39 of Null first to see how they do, and unsurprisingly, he pops off. He pops off in a major way as soon as his as soon as his Judgment activates. But yeah, with about 2 seconds left on 4, you initiate your rotation, and dude, he just rips. Look at this. He just absolutely rips. Crazy stuff here. We could have dodged both cages if I had just not used the co-op skill. Just pop the tier 3 there. Yeah, bro. Absolutely just flying through this content. Crazy stuff. 40 seconds, and honestly, you could get it to 35. But this is some of the fastest clears I've seen from a regular CTP'd villain in a long time. And you get the iframe ignore on the tier 3. So as Null is jumping, you're just ripping into him. And yeah, that's it. No spike phase. Less than a minute into this fight, and he's already at 1/3 of his health. Absolutely diabolical stuff here from Green Goblin. 2, 3, like look at this. Look at that. Whole almost 10 bars of damage. He doesn't rip, as you can see, he doesn't rip as hard on his regular rotation. Especially if you compare it to No Way Home, you may be like, oh my god, No Way Home is better. No Way Home, again, with the 100% damage proc on the 4th skill, it seems like he's ripping a lot harder on the regular rotations. But it's that tier 3 rotation that really brings it home for this Goblin. gonna stay here because we can just force him. Bro, he's so strong, bro. A 2-minute clear with a regular CTP. And here's the thing. Part of the reason why he's so good is because he has... Hang on. Now, the only problem here is his defenses. As you can see, he's getting absolutely shredded. I wanted to die on purpose to show you guys. He gets absolutely shredded by that particular move. So you got to be careful. You're going to lose some time. It doesn't matter. Like, it was a crazy fast clear. You know, we don't need to show that specifically, clearing the whole stage there. We're going to go into Mephisto now and just see how he rips stage, what was it, 59? Yeah, he has type advantage here, but it's pretty nutty. The only issue he has is some defensive questionable, you know, stuff there. So something to consider, but not something to really worry about because he blows through the content so fast. You can splash in the 1 as well. I don't really use it very much, but you absolutely can if you have some time at the end of your rotation. You generally won't have time at the end of your tier 3 rotation, but on your regular rotation you might. But yeah, he just, bro, he's just crazy strong. Really nice AoE, gorgeous animations. Are we in the next phase? Holy shit, we're in the next phase. This uniform, bro. Green Goblin is just a menace, bro. So 2 bars on the regular rotation. We're now going to find out how much damage he does on the tier 3 rotation. Whoa! Yeah, it's like 10 bars, brother. It's like 10 bars. Holy. Okay, my battery is just dying, bro. Just like Jean Grey, he kills your battery. Great. That's good to know. All right. We had to switch there because we got crowd controlled. But, yeah. We're going to rip it. Oh, my God. Holy cow. You know what who he reminds me of? He reminds me of Falcon. He reminds me of Captain Falcon. A little bit less proc friendly than Captain Falcon, but he also has the V-pad skill to reposition. I love V-pad skills in the current day and age for Marvel Future Fight because there are a lot of abilities that can one-shot you or two-shot you, especially with very high-level content. Jean, Gore, in some cases Dormammu if you're not at full health already. So having the ability to reposition is so clutch. And yeah, man, like look at this. We're gonna reposition and then pop the tier 3, and we're laughing. Like he does have, as you can see, he has very low HP, right? Under 90,000 HP for me is super duper low. But that's really all you need to worry about, and that's why you use the V-pad defensively, and you just sort of pay attention. But yeah, you don't really have to pay attention for very long because he rips bosses. he just destroys them. All right, we can't really pop our rotation while he's slamming and jamming because he interrupts us right away. But yeah, look at this. 12, 8, 6. Holy cow, dude. That damage is just ferocious. And this is stage 59. You know, it's like, remember how impressed we were with Kamala? That she was doing 54? Yeah, he's doing 59, and then he does double duty by carrying you in Speed Villain ABX. Absolutely nuts, bro. 2 minutes on this stage. 2 minutes. And yeah, part of the reason why he's so good, bro, he's nuts. He's actually nuts. I should be more hype, but it's just like, it's almost Vindication. We knew. We were like, bro, just give Green Goblin a tier 3 and he's going to pop off. And they gave him a tier 3 and a new uniform, and he absolutely just rips the content. He's one of the best. He's the best speed villain in the game now, by far. Like, he just eclipses everyone else. Electro, of course, Kraven, Chasm, Mystique, Black Cat. Like, they have support abilities, whatever. Electro. He just, but damage-wise, bro, he just smokes them all out their ass. It's just crazy, bro. Just casually doing, I had never done that stage before. 59, he just casually smoked it. Right? A bit of issues defensively at times, But yeah, absolutely crazy. Crushes it. Unfortunately, not that many tags that are needed right now for World Boss Legend. Like, there are no Sinister 6 tags, there are no Flame tags, and I think just Fast Movement has one stage set. So he's really only available for villain stages and then speed stages that don't have like a requirement for heroes. But other than that, like for the stages that he is available for, he absolutely rips. Obviously best for ABX. And then any other content that you want to use him in. I think he'd be pretty solid. I actually want to test him out on a little bit of farming later because he has some very nice AoEs and he's got some very nice tracking on his skills. So yeah, I will test that out. But yeah, this is a massive win on this uniform. I think if you want to tier 3 him, it's a hard thing to pass up. The only thing I would say is if you're, low on crystals or if you're not a big spender, maybe wait until the anniversary, because in about a month and a half, or maybe like in 5 weeks, this uniform will be on sale again for 50% off instead of 40% off. That's all. So yeah, absolutely smashing uniform. We all knew it. We just had to see it in action. Thanks so much for watching. Smash the like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.